Hi, it's your Psycho Buddy. When you're dealing with anxiety, there's a push, protect, courage, compassion. There's a tension between going forward and facing the fear and respecting what you need. It's even more vivid if you're dealing with a child who has anxiety. I have a child who has anxiety. I also have an inner child. I have a troop of inner children who have anxiety. Um, and it's true that avoidance feeds anxiety. So when we create our lives in order to not have to feel yucky, when we orchestrate our lives to prevent exposure to the source of our anxiety, we're just making the anxiety stronger. So that is not a sustainable pattern. That's not a solution. My daughter has anxiety around being late. She'll tell you the word for it. It's like this long. And I've noticed that when I let her, or if I am okay with it, and I haven't stopped it yet, she'll go from wanting to be early, from wanting to be always at least 20 minutes early to school, to now it's gone to 30 minutes early. It's growing. So I taught an anxiety intensive outpatient program for a mental health provider, and I was a peer support specialist because I understand. And in that, they talked about anxiety as being a tiger in the room. There's a tiger in the room, and other people maybe can't see the tiger, but you can see the tiger and you can feel the tiger. And every time you turn away from doing the thing that scares you, it's like you're feeding that tiger. The anxiety doesn't just stay little, it doesn't stay only to the thing that it began at, it grows. So, how can you face the tiger? How can you face your fear? I got a special key that makes it fun. And once facing your fear is fun, once you can reframe it that way, so many changes can happen. So many abilities and experiences can be unlocked that you didn't have access to before. Here's the thing, when we do the thing that scares us, we are on the cutting edge of what we're here for. We are being the person we want to be. We are living our own lives instead of being lived by them. It's fun to face that fear. My role specifically, I was an exposure specialist. So I would help people identify an action that they wanted to take but couldn't because of anxiety, like interviewing for a job. And Then we would figure out what the variables were that made it stressful, like how many people are interviewing you, or have you ever met the interviewer before, or how familiar are you with the subject matter of the job, or how badly do you need the job, or whatever. We would figure out what the variables are that make it more or less stressful and dial those down to the very least stressful. Like maybe for that one, it would be while you're in your pajamas, have somebody you know loves you ask you 3 questions about some subject matter that you know really well, right? You dial it all the way down to something that's barely stressful at all. And then you start there, and every week you do a couple of exposures. The very, very first one was always to really get in touch with your desire, your logic around it, and how conquering this fear will benefit your life. To really ground yourself in your values and your motivation. And then once you do the little thing and your partner asks you 3 questions about something you've done every day for years, like, I can do that little thing. I can do a little bit more. For me, it was driving. And I live right next to Interstate 25, I-25 in Denver. And it scared the shit out of me. And so it was driving little roads with somebody, driving little roads with somebody with the music playing during the daytime when there isn't very much traffic, all of these variables. And it got to the point where now, well, I don't know about today. I'm going to try today. But before this most recent hospitalization, it was fun. Like merging from I-25 to I-70 was fun because I'm living the life I want to live. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm overcoming my own fears so that I can be free. And it feels so good. That would be my challenge for you today. Overcome a fear so that you can be free. And it feels so good. Thanks.